You will not believe what is going on in this video. A woman being paraded in Cameroon for giving birth to a chicken.
Yes. You go chop that far. You go more chop that far today, Chanceline. You go chop that far. We to say, you don't miscarriage. May they bury that pikin. Say na Johnny pikin. You go chop that far. You go chop that far. Passo. Usara kinde. Passo. Chacha, you go chop that far. Chacha, you wicked. You don't need that for you. You go chop that far. You go more chop that far. And the payment do is keep job for everything anybody want to do for you. You don't shout. Rabam. So now this in that na never that down along so. Try. You try you. So one time they go bury in a cartoon. Chicken inside cartoon. Mike, if you change, get away don't say ngata. My don't be ngata. My uncle go spend 3 million for move for prison. If you go, if phone the play, you can don't matter talk to doctor. Here you go, May Waka. This kind of one so they begin for tie something for a race. No, the kid go. Carry a picking. Shame. Ooh, shame. Shame. Oh.
This is wild, and I promise you, the story is crazier than it sounds. So, around the 5th of June 2025, the story of a woman in Tiko, southwest of Cameroon, began going viral after it was discovered in the hospital that she may have given birth to a chicken. One without heads and one without feathers. The young woman, identified as Chanceline, was said to have been in a relationship with a young man she met the year before. This said man and her dated for a while, and somewhere along the line, Chanceline tells this her boyfriend that she was pregnant, and the boyfriend was excited to the point he had to tell his own relative that, hey, what's up, my girlfriend Chanceline is pregnant, and he is excited for this baby because he is planning on getting married to her. Funny enough, some sources refer to him as her fiancé, as a husband. So it is clear that their relationship was one that seemed like a marriage. And from then on, this man began taking good care of Chanceline, making sure she got everything she needed, making sure that she doesn't stress, even bought her a car, paid her rent. Some sources said he even started up a business for her, spending a total of around 3 million sefa on this lady, only to wait for the 6th month to get the call that Chanceline had a miscarriage in the hospital. You see, the thing here is, Chanceline was never pregnant. She knew what she was doing all along. She needed money from this man, and the best way she thought she could get it was to claim as though she was carrying the man's baby. But the problem is, a pregnancy is not one you can easily fake for so long, because at some point, it got to show. And Chanceline made sure that she played it well for as long as she could. As far as the man keeps sending money and keep giving her money and keep giving her gifts, she planned on keeping the story going that she was pregnant. Sources claim that she would eat a lot of food to make sure her stomach looks full. That way, whenever a fiancé comes around, he would see evidence that she might be pregnant. All she needed to do was to eat a lot of burgers and a lot of rice, and that would help fix the look of her stomach. On the flip side, somebody from the man's side of the family suspected that Chanceline was up to no good. The said relative of this man did not trust Chanceline. The person kept raising doubts to Chanceline's boyfriend's head that this is your girlfriend. I don't know. I don't trust her. I don't think she's pregnant. I think she's faking. I don't trust that she loves you for real. But the man did not care, because all he cared about was Chanceline and the baby that is soon to be on the way. 2, 3, 4 months passes. It's now 6 months, and clearly it's just remaining 3 more months for this baby to come on right out of here. And Chanceline decided to come up with a plan, because she knows at the end of this tunnel, there is no light. At the end of this pregnancy, there is no baby. So she needed a ploy to change the whole narrative. And what did she do? Sources claim that she went to a hospital, Dr. Oben Hospital in Tiko, and planned with some of the nurses there to fake a miscarriage, to fake a stillbirth. Basically, she killed a chicken back in her house, took off the entire feathers, made sure that the chicken soured a little bit with a silly smell, brought it to the hospital, wrapped it up in multiple plastic bags and a wrapper, and then put it in a carton where she used sellotape to seal it completely, and then waited in the hospital for her fiancé to come and see her in a state. It was while she was in the hospital that she called her husband and was crying on the phone, telling the husband, "Babe, you won't believe what happened. We lost the baby. The baby is gone. Babe, please come over. We want to bury the baby. Please come around. We have to do this burial quick. We have to bury this baby. I'm traumatized." Baby girl created a whole theatric performance to get the husband to rush down to the hospital for a quick burial of the miscarriage that she had just had. And the husband rushes down there with relatives, and one of those relatives was that relative that never trusted Chanceline from the get-go. The boyfriend comes to the hospital, sees Chanceline crying, weeping, putting on a whole performance, acting like, "Baby, please get it away. Please bury it. Just get it out of here. I'm traumatized." And the boyfriend is concerned. The boyfriend is worried for his soon-to-be wife. He's heartbroken that this is what this beautiful bride or future bride of his is going through, and pretty much asks that they take the carton and go and bury immediately. They wanted to even pay the nurses to do the burial so that they can just take her and go and leave the stillborn or the miscarriage there. But then the relative there was like, "Yeah, let's see the baby." And that was when everything went cold. And Chanceline was like, "Why would you want to do that? Why do you want to open my wound? Why do you want to remind me of my loss? Please, no, just get it out of here." And the relative insisted and told Chanceline's husband that, "See, we need to see that baby. If you had a miscarriage, let's see that it's a baby so that we know what we are burying." This was the moment that Chanceline knew that she had fucked up. Soon afterwards, it became suspicious because Chanceline did not want them to open that bag. She did not want them to unseal the carton. And the relative of the man insisted. Somewhere along the line, the boyfriend was like, "I mean, come on, if this is my baby and we've lost the baby and we want to bury the baby, let's see the baby one last time at least." And that was when they opened the carton and discovered that it was a chicken. One that had been cut, the entire intestine had been taken out and the feather had been pulled out. And that was the moment Chanceline's soon-to-be husband realizes that he had been dating a fraud. He had been sleeping with a fraud. He had been defrauded, which would make sense to him because he is aware that this young lady, Chanceline, had a criminal past. She is a con artist who had been detained previously in the past for stealing a motorcycle. Some sources even say that he was the one who helped her out of that case, and that was how they probably met, when she stole the motorcycle back in the day and was arrested, and this man was the one who had to save her. And from then on, they started sleeping around. She gets pregnant and now she gives birth to a chicken for him. He should have known the moment he went to save her from that police case that this woman is actually a thief, a criminal, a fraud. Basically, she did all of these things because she needed money. She needed this man to keep spending on her. She knows that if she gets pregnant, this man will take care of her, buy her things, pay her rent, buy a car, and probably open a business for her. And that was why she faked the pregnancy till she couldn't anymore. And when the man saw this, he was pissed. In some videos, he was a bit aggressive to her, shouting at her, yelling at her. He drew attention of the entire hospital, the entire crowd, and this young woman, Chanceline, was paraded with the fake baby and the chicken that she brought as a miscarriage. And that was how she was disgraced. Although some sources who are sympathizing with Chanceline are claiming that she probably had to fake the pregnancy because of the pressure of dating the man. And it was society pressure that made her do it. But again, this would have been believable if she did not have a criminal past. Some sources are saying she is from Nkambe, and most sources are saying that she is a Nigerian woman. And I'm sure at this point, we Nigerians, we are like, nah, she is definitely from the other place you guys mentioned, because wow, this is some ploy. This is some trick. Maybe if she was Nigerian, she would have known better than to put a chicken there. All she had to do was disappear for a long while, or just like that Ghanaian woman did back in the day, where she faked being kidnapped, and when they found her, the pregnancy was gone, and she said that the kidnapper stole the pregnancy. I would never forget that story. It's a very, very interesting one. The things women do, wow, this is so cunning in my opinion. And I hope Chanceline has learned her lessons. I don't know if this would mean she will go to jail. I don't know what this means, but I hope that she will, pay for this somehow, some way, because this doesn't look good. And the said man has his relatives to thank. That's why sometimes you men need to listen to your siblings and your aunties and your mothers when they tell you things about the people you're trying to date. Especially if your sisters is telling you that this girl you're dating, there's something about her. Sometimes it's rooted in jealousy and the fact that they want to gatekeep you. And other times it's rooted in the fact that only a woman knows a woman. And only a woman can see through another woman. And maybe his relatives pretty much saw through Chanceline and they tried to warn him, but he didn't. Imagine if he had gone to that hospital all by himself. Chanceline would have gotten away with it. Chanceline would have done it so well, because she knows she has this man on her palm. She knows all she has to do is cry and tell him, get it away, please go and bury it, puts a little bit of blood around, and then, the man believes it. And by the time he tells his family about the miscarriage, the child is already buried. And then there'll be no need to, if the relatives are very stubborn, they would pretty much want to exhume the baby. But I think by then, there'll be no need to do all of those things. Wow. What a story. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow our new Telegram page, True Crime Daniel 3, as our previous one had been taken down. So see you there.